Thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras, here with ILTV's Morning Briefing. After months of speculation and years of rumors, Israel's Attorney General has just confirmed that he will criminally indict SARA NETANYAHU for fraud. That means the Prime Minister's wife will be formally accused of using over $100,000 of state money for her own private expenses. A 16-page draft of the indictment alleges that Netanyahu and a former deputy director of the Prime Minister's office fraudulently spent thousands each month on luxury meals, up to $7,000 a month for years. The court document also details how the Prime Minister's wife apparently tried to conceal her spending by telling the public that their house didn't employ a home chef. SARA NETANYAHU was facing a slew of other allegations as well, including using state funds to buy personal furniture and covering her father's medical expenses, but for now, Attorney General Avichai Mandelblit will only move forward with charges on the fraudulent meal expenses. Netanyahu has denied any wrongdoing in the matter, but it looks like she'll have to prove her case in court in the near future. While scandals are surrounding Prime Minister Netanyahu, his wife Sarah, and now even their son Yair, the Israeli leader is set to make a historic visit to Latin America, the first ever visit of a sitting Israeli Prime Minister to the region. The 10-day tour will bring Netanyahu to Argentina, Colombia, Mexico, and the United States, accompanied by a team of Israeli experts in agriculture, water, communications, and energy. Netanyahu will meet with Latin American leaders to cement new agreements on security, customs, social insurance, and pushing tourism cooperations. The visit to Buenos Aires holds of special significance for Israel, as Netanyahu is scheduled to visit the site of 2 terror attacks in the 90s that claimed Israeli victims as well. The president of Paraguay will also be coming to Buenos Aires to meet Netanyahu, and the leaders will be discussing agreements on Latin America's Holocaust archives. This tour comes at a difficult time for the Netanyahu's entire family, with indictments pending on several corruption scandals involving the Prime Minister. His wife Sarah is being charged with fraud, and his son just sparked public outrage over an offensive Facebook post with anti-Semitic undertones. Some wonder if these scandals aren't beginning to take a toll on the Prime Minister's work, noting that his wife Sarah was conspicuously absent from the entourage list at the Latin American trip. Lebanon is now filing an official complaint with the United Nations Security Council in relation to Israel's Air Force strike on Syrian chemical weapons facilities last week. The quote, urgent complaint alleges that Israel violated Lebanese airspace to complete the mission. Further, it accuses Israel of firing the missiles to destroy the facilities while still over Lebanon, reports echoed first by Syria. According to the Syrian army, quote, Israeli warplanes fired several rockets from the Lebanese airspace at 2:42 in the morning on Thursday, targeting one of the Syrian military posts near Masyaf, killing 2 army personnel and causing material damage to the site, end quote. Now, Israel has claimed in the past both that it would not knowingly allow weapons to fall into the hands of terror groups like Hezbollah, and that the installation in question was producing weapons indeed bound for the Lebanese terror group. Hezbollah has warranted such treatment in the eyes of the Israeli government too, as they've consistently threatened the Jewish state with rocket attacks, occasional border skirmishes, and incitement to violence. A new bill soon to hit the Senate floor denouncing hate groups and demanding something be done by the Trump administration is now enjoying bipartisan support and is garnering more. Democratic Senator Mark Warner and former vice presidential candidate Democratic Senator Tim Kaine have teamed up with Republican Senators Cory Gardner and Johnny Isakson to back the proposed legislation. The resolution in question recognizes the August 12th death of 32-year-old Heather Heyer, the 2 deaths of state troopers Burke Bates and Lieutenant Jay Cullen, and the 19 or so other people injured in the incident surrounding a white nationalist rally in Charlottesville. It goes on to demand that the Trump White House use all its power and resources to collect data on hate crimes and then work to address the issues found. If the bill passes the first round of votes on the Senate floor, it will advance onto the House of Congress, and then finally to President Trump for final approval. Once a well-known and respectable Israeli chef, Rafi Cohen has just been arrested at Ben Gurion Airport over millions of shekels in debt. In April, the chef closed his restaurant, Raphael, and left for France without notifying anyone. Months later, his employees complained that they haven't been paid since February, and suppliers who are also owed hundreds of thousands of shekels have been hitting the employees up for the debt. Total debts as determined by a liquidator came to 500,000 shekels or $140,000 to employees and 1.5 million shekels or $422,000 to suppliers. To make matters worse, add to that the fact that Cohen also owns 2 other companies that owe a combined 2.3 million shekels to Dan Hotels and the Israeli Tax Authority. Claiming to have left for France and staying indefinitely for completely unrelated reasons, Cohen finally traveled back home to Tel Aviv, where police quickly detained him at the airport. He's now being held on extended remand. That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.